Hi everybody, welcome back to Chisme and Championships. My name is Cristal, and let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. As we know, NBA free agency ended on Sunday, July 6th, and to say that there was a lot of excitement towards the end of it would be a lie. I believe that the best and the most exciting events happened right when free agency started, but it's okay, that's just my opinion. We'll discuss any new changes that have happened since then, plus Summer League has already started, meaning that we already have our tournament selection groups for the Emirates Tournament Cup. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are about it. Some people love it, some people don't like it. I honestly really liked it when they first introduced it to all of us. I will say, like, when I went to those games, there was like free shirts and like towels and like free merch regarding the tournament. And then this past season, when it was like tournament games, there was nothing. I don't know if that was just Nuggets organization. I don't know if there was other teams that got merchandise. I think it was like redundant merchandise too. So like very similar t-shirts as last year. We'll discuss that closer we get to the tournament. And actually, very quickly, before jumping into the updates that happened since last week, I'm just going to go ahead and plug in Michael Porter Jr.'s video. It was his like farewell video and also his reaction video as to like how he found out that he got traded from the Nuggets to the Nets. So I will have that video in the description box below. I think that every Nuggets fan should watch it, regardless of how you feel about MPJ and the work that he has done for us. You just cannot hate that man. I don't think you can hate that man. He has done so much work for us, and him talking about like the draft night experience, and it wasn't so in-depth in his video, but like just him talking about it, like he was really happy that the Nuggets ended up taking a chance for him. And I know that there's a lot of Nuggets fans who hate the Nuggets front office for taking a chance on Porter. But I just think that what he said was very nice. I wish him, again, nothing but the best of luck and the best journey with the Nets. Like, we'll be at that game. As I said in my previous video, we will be there to give him that last damn mic, because we didn't know the last game. Like, at that last home game was his last day wearing his Nuggets jersey. And as far as some of the updates go from last week, or since last week, the Golden State Warriors, I don't think they got the memo or realized that free agency started and ended already, because they are one of the only teams. Actually, let me scratch that. They are the only team who didn't do shit. And I guess they're just, like, satisfied with the players that they have. I am a little baffled. I'm a little surprised. I understand that they made it into the postseason this past little playoff run, but just barely. And Curry got injured, and without Curry, we saw what happened there. So I understand that there's like only a certain amount of shit that they could do, but goddamn, like nothing. That's just like, that's crazy to me. And reminder, while I'll be looking down, I have my notes here because I do not have everything memorized at the top of my brain. That would be awesome. That'd be a great superpower, actually. Drama since last week. The Chisme of last week that continues to just like be vomited into this week, and like it seems that a final decision was made yesterday between Valanciunas, the Nuggets, and the Greek team that he was apparently going to sign for 3 years. So there was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of this roller coaster of yes, no, I don't know what's gonna happen. I believe that Valanciunas did go to Greece. He was in Athens, and he said something along the lines of, I'm not quoting everything 100%, so please don't say I'm quoting this man word for word. But it had something to do with, like, we'll see. We will know the answer to all y'all's questions when I play the game at the destination that I decide to be at, which is just, like, so... Something else on my tweet, like, it's just like, bro, keep your petty attitude and just like your cryptic, like, just leave it over there then. If you don't want to be part of the NBA or the Nuggets, like, why didn't you communicate that shit ahead of time? Like, apparently the Kings didn't know that, so they wanted to get rid of Valanciunas so that they wouldn't pay for his $10 million contract, So they could have literally bought out his contract and been like, bye, dude, go to Greece. But because they didn't know, which is kind of like a good thing for the Nuggets, right? Because we got rid of Saric. But now they have Saric, and they're paying Saric when they could have just had that extra money for themselves if they knew ahead of time that Valanciunas didn't want to be in the NBA. I just think it's so, like, childish. And I think there was a moment where even the agent was saying, like, I can't believe this wasn't communicated to the Nuggets organization. Bro, you're the agent. What do you mean that wasn't communicated to the Nuggets? What? So, all that, discombobulation. Nuggets be like, sorry, Valanciunas, but not sorry. You're going to play for us. You're going to be a Nugget, and that's it. We'll see you during preseason or where the season starts, So, is that a good look? Do I think that that's a good look? I don't know. He has expressed that he doesn't want to be in the NBA, so I hope that Jokic has a good conversation with him. I don't know if, he has an issue with Jokic. I know he said that in the last video of, maybe Jokic did something to Valanciunas and he's just, holding a grudge. I don't fucking know. I don't want to believe that, but with the way Jonas is acting, it's why, dude? I don't know. It's fine. Everyone is entitled to make their decisions, do what they gotta do, but I just hope that Jokic and Jonas have a great conversation, then they, come in full force, and it's, great synchronicity of our bigs, So, hoping for that. I just hope that my faith doesn't bite me in the ass. There are two major deals that happened, or I believe the Shea one was pretty good too, but what was it, $285 million for Shea's contract extension. But the recent ones that have happened, Devin Booker actually yesterday agreed to a 2-year, $145 million max extension. So that is awesome for that man. However, I don't have a lot of faith in the Suns organization. I do believe that Devin Booker is a good player. I have given him a lot of shit when he plays over here, for those of you that know, with my Bad Bunny poster. For those of you that don't know, I'll discuss that on a different time in a different podcast. But I still respect him so much, and I agree. I think that he should be making the monies, but I don't think he's in the best organization to get himself, a ring. But all power to him. Wish him the best of luck. Along with another extension, a rookie extension, 5-year extension, Chet Holmgren will be making about $240 million. I think I said that Shea's might be $240 million or $245. They are paying these players their max. And I believe they were debating something about Jalen Williams and adding him to another max extension contract. I am not 100% aware about that, but I think that was one of the talks that I saw in the atmosphere. Thunder is, they're extending their players. They have done some work. They have some pretty good picks in the draft. So I wish that, their run this year was over, but I think this is just the beginning, especially because I do think they are in good spaces to build the dynasty that they want. However, I just hope someone fucking shows them what the real fucking game of basketball is, not some foul grifty bullshit. Now, some chisme regarding the league in general, and at this point it is a federal chisme situation that's basically going to be talked about right now. Nothing to do with free agency, but for those of you who don't know, Malik Beasley is under federal investigation right now for illegal gambling, and this investigation is going to take up to 18 months. So therefore, the Pistons decided to revoke the 3-year deal that they had offered Malik, and he is under investigation for the 2023-2024 season with the Bucks. And apparently there was just a lot of bets that were being placed on Beasley, for Beasley, that were just this just doesn't make sense. So that's one thing that really set them off. Wanted to bring it up because that is, Malik Beasley used to be a Nugget, and I think that is just something that we have to talk about. It sucks that that's happening. With gambling being prominent in the fucking sports field, you cannot talk about it. Plus, that's some news that we're probably going to be, getting updates about, and I will be updating about as I get more information on it. But for those of you who are aware about Malik Beasley, or maybe are wondering, oh, I thought he signed with the Pistons and he's not in a Pistons uniform. Now you know why. But just wanted to mention that because there were some updates about how tough this investigation is going to be for him moving forward. Let's discuss Summer League. Now, Summer League has started today in Vegas, and the Nuggets play at 7:30 against the Bucks. Now, I will be planning to stay in tune and watching most of the Summer League games. I believe we have 4 games that we play in Vegas. I plan to watch all of those. Main reason is because I want to see Holmes and just see improvement that he has done, and compare it to last Summer League versus this Summer League and the game. And for those of you who don't know, I went to Summer League last summer, and it was super awesome to see just that talent. Plus, last summer, Julian Strother and Holmes in the beginning, they were fucking going off. I was like, oh my god, Julian. This is great. great. I loved seeing it. And then like Julian got a cramp towards the end of it, but unfortunately, Holmes did end up getting injured, and I was so like heartbroken. I felt like I was the bad karma because I was like, what the fuck? Like, of course, when I attend, and all that to say, he has done very well in recovery and therefore will be playing the Summer League, and that's why I really want to see and pay attention to what he does. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super familiar with all of the Nuggets that are on our roster, our Summer League roster right now, so I just want to see, what these other players are about as well. So I won't be looking at everybody, I'm not gonna lie, because it's so much in the span of a couple weekends. In my opinion, it feels like the only bombshells to really come out in NBA Island this past week was the Valanciunas news. I feel like that was the thing that a lot of people were talking about and were really like shocked about, honestly, and just we're trying to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen with this trade deal. So I think that was my bombshell. If you think that there was another bombshell throughout this week of free agency, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. If you are looking for anything this summer league, if you're looking at your team, what specific player are you looking at? Bronny James, are some of my Laker fans, are y'all really looking at improvement from that man? Like, what are the thoughts? What are we thinking here? Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember that I will include the Michael Porter Jr. Farewell video and just like his thoughts video in the description box below with my Spotify and my TikTok links as well, so please be sure to follow those. Like, comment, subscribe, and continue sharing to anybody who you think will like my content. Ciao everybody, adios!